And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my movie review for Edgar's new film, The Northman. Eagerly my most anticipated movie of the year. I think there isn't one that I was more expecting to love and enjoy. But did it live up to my expectation? Let's talk about it. Okay, so from visionary director Robert Eggers brings us another visual story about revenge. It's about a young prince's story about honoring his father's promise from his legacy, his bloodline, and we follow that story from the beginning, inception of how that promise came to be, to what it is in the end, where it's just pure rage and vengeance. First thing I'll say is Mr. Skarsgård, oh my gosh, I would hate to have been in his training regimen, but the way he looks, like he could probably play the Hulk without having to do any CGI. The amount of muscle mass he has just on his body, when he's hunched over, he is a hulking mass of a man, like muscles on muscles. The sort of original body that Schwarzenegger had when he was doing the first Mr. Universe, just really big pieces of man meat. Disgusting, sorry. So every time there was like this shine or sheen or blood infested fused with gunk of bits of animal and meat, because it's a very messy film in parts. You're just like, whoa, check Skarsgård out. Now, talking about the cast, we have Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, Anya Taylor-Joy, obviously Alexander Skarsgård. The cast is immense. The thing I think that people are going to be disappointed by is they're expecting to see a certain amount of screen time with some actors, and some of them get really minimalistic time on screen, or a few minutes scattered throughout the film. And I would say that's probably going to disappoint some people, because some people go in thinking, I love this actor. But where Robert Eggers knows how to craft a story with visuals and audio, and that's what this film is 100%. It's very sparse on the dialogue lines. There are some, but it's minimalistic. The story is told visually and audio. So we have small amounts of some of our actors, but when they are on screen, my goodness, do they chew up the scenery. Willem Dafoe, in the few minutes of screen time that he has, he is brilliant. I was sad because I wanted more of him. And that could be said every time he's on screen. Now, obviously, we have Anya Taylor-Joy, we have Willem Dafoe. A lot of these actors are seeming like the Tim Burton crew, where they work together a lot with the same director. If you've seen The Lighthouse or you've seen The Witch, you definitely understand the type of film that this is. I think it's gonna split audiences, because I think the trailers are very misleading as to what type of film this is. This is not an action Viking movie. This is more an experience, almost a spiritual journey of the Viking time. It's taken a revenge story, but that doesn't mean it's action infused. There is very little action. There is action sequences, and when it leads up to it, it's beautifully shot. But literally every single frame that you get feels like you're eating dessert. Like it's a decadent feast for the eyeballs. Literally every single frame. But that in mind, if you're an 18-year-old, 19-year-old expecting an action-fast Viking film, that's not what you're going to get. True story. Right next to me with the guy that I was sitting, we were very excited. We went to the cinema. There were 4 teens, I think, 18, 19, and 20. And these guys chatted for the first hour of the movie until one of us had to say something. Then the lady in front of us had to say something and ask them to be quiet in less polite terms as to how I was asking them. And then these guys would like giggling and laughing. There's a certain level of maturity that is needed to watch or even understand this film. And then even taking that into consideration, I think there are going to be people that are split off from this film thinking this is very pretentious. It's very like, oh, this is just artsy fartsy. There's definitely going to be people thinking that. You do need to check out Eggers' previous films to know what you're in for. If you've seen The Lighthouse, it's that, but in Viking times with more color. It's a visual ride that there are moments where I felt my jaw hitting the floor going, how did he do that? You're just talking about color. How did he do the blacks in this film? There is no noise, and noise is the thing that you use like film grain. The black is so black. No noise in the black though. I was like, how on earth did you do that for each frame? Because you're using the film and my brain is going mental. But at the same time, I'm trying to lap up everything that this film is providing for my eyes. I think it's something that you kind of need to watch multiple times to understand exactly what the film is. Because one is a spiritual journey, and you can just enjoy it for what it is in the spiritual Viking journey, because it feels like there's a number of chants and visions that happen throughout the film that you're along the ride for. And then you want to watch it for the visual feast of the acting that you get with people like Nicole Kidman or Willem Dafoe. Little moments of just, this is brilliant. I love what they bring into the table. Not necessarily liking the characters they're portraying, but loving what they're portraying on screen. And then you kind of want the Skarsgård journey. It feels like for you to be able to get everything that this film is showing, you need to have watched it multiple times. I do want to watch it again, but I'm going to have to give it some space. It's not a film I can go straight back into and go, yeah, that's something I want to watch right now. It's over 2 hours. 2 hours, 16 minutes, 18 minutes long. And I feel like you do feel the time of it. Even though I knew what I was expecting when I was going into, there were definitely some of those chanting moments, those singing moments, those vision moments that I thought they could have cut down on. And that's from someone that loves this sort of art style. Understood completely what they were bringing to the table and what it meant. But I did think it was a little bit pretentious in places. And that's from someone that loves this sort of style. So it's not all out 5-star amazing that I think a lot of people are just going to go straight into and go, this is the 5-star film. It is an excellent visual tale that's a spiritual journey. And do have it loud in one of those cinemas that if they turn it up loud for you, because you will feel it. The vibration of the deep those deep tones that some of the Vikings have, that when they're chanting, you're gonna feel that in your seats, and that is part of the ride, I think, specially designed for the film. I'm gonna give it 4, pushing 4.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5. Still kind of thinking in it. It's definitely one that stews in your mind, just stays there. It's gonna split audiences. Let me know what you think when you've seen it. I'd love to know, what is your favorite Robert Eggers film? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.